Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another night of the Cantrel Country Travelway Cruise Line Show. Hope everybody's doing good. My apologies, guys, for not streaming on Tuesday. I came home sick as a dog.
You're good.
I had a headache, and my stomach was upset all day. So,
You eat something wrong?
I think that's what might have happened.
Okay.
I just was in no shape to be on stream, so I just hung out and everybody else streamed Tuesday night. But I'm good tonight. Now I probably will not go tomorrow night because Pete is going to be streaming tomorrow night.
Okay.
I know he's doing the NFL draft over the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And then he's doing a late hang night thing. So I probably will not stream tomorrow night, but we will do the cafe chat on Saturday for sure.
Okay.
But tonight I thought we're just going to talk cruises and possibility talking about because I'm still not sure I'm where I'm really looking to go at, but we might even start looking and figuring out where I'm going to
cruise to,
and maybe which cruise ship if I can nail it down to it.
Well, you've done Western Caribbean once, but that was quite a ways ago.
Yeah, and that was only at Freeport, Nassau. So I haven't really.
That's where it's only Nassau. You would like to go to either Western or Eastern Caribbean, probably. They're both on the West Coast.
So I've got them all open. So
yeah,
I'm looking tonight for. I'm looking for everybody to say, "Hey, this is where you need to." Throwing out suggestions, and you guys are gonna.
Yeah. Dave, he's streaming that tonight for my
Yes, NFL begins tonight at 7:00.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me tonight. It does not affect me tonight, but tomorrow night it does because he's doing the stream, which will end at 11, but then he's going to do his normal Friday night stream after. So
afterwards, late night, I guess you can call it.
So and normally when I do it, he's going on, and I'm not gonna because he normally does it. He's been doing Friday nights for the longest time, so I'm gonna take the night off. So,
yep.
But let's welcome everybody in. Harlan, welcome in, Harlan. Welcome in, Jill. I know Debbie will be in here in a few minutes. I'm surprised we haven't gotten Mikey in here, but he's probably crying that the Starbucks is closed. But
no, it's his lunch hour. It's his dinner hour. 6:00. He usually tries to get it with his family. He might come on. I was just on the stream with him. Park and eat, yeah.
Yeah, and he's probably crying about his Starbucks being closed. Anyway. You went up.
Yeah, garage sale.
Yeah, it's spring. It's that time of year. But welcome into. Well, and here's the thing, Harlan. I'm looking at. I don't think I'm going to be able to do what I wanted to do. Both cruises, and had the house in place by now. I probably could have done both the Royal Caribbean and Disney next year, but at the way things are going, I could have my house anywhere from starting in May to September. So,
oh boy,
I am not starting trouble already. What did I do? Man, I can't even get.
Come on in here, Debbie. You need to tell them off why.
Well, at least you got to tell me what I do. I didn't think. Did I start any trouble, Richard?
I don't know of any.
Hello, Mama D. Hey, and if it has to do with what we voted for last night for Molly, hey, those were some good ideas for the shows.
Dave, she's talking about Mike in the Starbucks comment. He does that every stream.
Yeah, that's a normal thing. You should be over should be over that by now.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing. Now I've heard a lot of people have had trouble with Royal Caribbean, but I've heard a lot of good things too.
Yeah. That's another thing to consider, Dave, is I know Royal Caribbean has some ships that are not really that popular, but it does have some really good ones too. Both in the US.
Yeah, and there's definitely
figure out which ships you would be willing to go on to that are not having bad reviews, You never know.
What the heck is going on?
I like big and small ships for different reasons, but I prefer the bigger ones. It's easier to get lost in, and I kind of want to get lost. Try to explore a little bit, figure out for my bearings where everything's at. It's a lot easier to do that. Well, more time consuming to do that on bigger ships. Smaller ships, it's easier.
Here's the thing, and this is why I haven't really decided whether I want to do a Disney one, because I still like the idea of doing the Halloween Disney one. But the problem is with that one, or even with the one if I do around my birthday, it's smack dab right in the middle of preparing to do the that's the time of year I do my give the kids the world thing. So I'm like,
Harlan, which ship did you go on to that you had the bad service on? Bad service and bad food.
Wow, he must experience for somebody to say
that much. That's the
that
one
was an extremely. Yeah, well, no, and I don't hold it against Harlan, but it is curious as to, I mean, what kind of an experience did you actually have, Harlan, that it was so just completely bad? I mean, I only hear, I rarely do I hear anybody having this much against any cruise line like that, but it happens. It happens.
Yes, it happens. And there's to a point also, you go through so many cruise lines, you've been through so many different ships. If you go to different ones, you start to scrutinize which ones you really like to go on to for different reasons.
And here's the thing about that.
You never know.
That is when you start to determine which do you have a more preferable cruise line? Do you have a preferable what size of ship you want? That's when you start to you figure out your likes and dislikes
Jill,
I
highly expect those were kind of lenient ratings, because I know MSC is towards the top, if not one at the top.
I'm going to tell you, MSC is
it's up there for ratings.
And I will tell you this. We got absolutely.
Maybe they mean my customer reviews. Maybe, I don't know. That's something totally different. So
exactly. So I mean, and obviously Harlan has had some type of bad experience that, or maybe it just wasn't one. Maybe it was bad. Maybe the food was bad on that ship for some reason. Maybe he had bad customer service. I don't know what, I mean, if Harlan wants to share, I'd be more than happy to listen. I mean, because honestly, I want to know the truth. I mean, obviously, I want to hear the factors that, because
Okay. Could have been the comments.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and it could have been Joe. They could have been older comments because
Mhm.
MSC. I will tell you this:
It's one of the newer
they.
brands.
I
For
will
you,
say. I will say that even as when I did the tour of the MSC Seascape, it was a beautiful ship. Everybody treated us great, and
Mhm.
the food itself, which we got food directly out of one of the restaurant kitchens, was which was good.
Oh, he was on
Ooh,
the Voyager of the
Voyager
Seas.
of the
It was
Seas, 2005.
2005.
Well, you
Whoa.
know what though? That could be because Royal Caribbean, a lot of cruise ships were facing a lot of hard.
Yeah, hard times around that time.
Yeah,
It
early
was before
2000s, a
COVID.
lot of them. So
It was before
it
COVID.
could be that they might have looked at it and turned their tune around. So
Yep.
I mean,
Um,
and that makes sense.
Harlan, just so you know, all cruise lines basically were required to up their game when COVID hit. And now they're trying to keep those standards, is what they're doing for what COVID
It
required
was,
them to
but
have.
you know, and but
That's what made it happen. Yeah.
what? And I understand this feeling. I mean, because when it happens like that, you tend to like, I don't trust them. You know, I can't trust them.
Yeah.
Okay, see here, there you go. Jill said the same thing, except hers was on the Carnival Conquest.
Mm. Yep. I heard about that in the news. That was the
So now
Carnival
here's the
Contrast
thing.
was the one.
But again, so at that you're
Yeah.
talking the early 2000s when
Yeah.
they're really
Yeah.
my understanding is this.
That was one of the worst years for Carnival, if I remember correctly, too, because they had like a few things happening to their
And
ships.
and the early days, you got to remember, a few of those have been around since
Yep.
late 60s, early 70s. At least RCCL was
And they
late
decided
60s,
to
early
not put them
70s.
out for pasture.
Carnival was early, but all it takes is one bad experience. But I will say that that time of era in the early 2000s,
Yeah.
the regulations on cruise lines were not very strict.
No,
They were more
lenient.
flexible than they are. Like Richard said, once COVID hit,
Yep.
the news got tightened, and now they got held to a certain standard.
Yep. Well, I don't know if
Oh,
it's built like
wow.
this.
Okay.
Keep it that way,
Ooh,
but
did you see what Harlan said? His wife went on
oh,
them.
geez. Okay.
Okay, that would, you know what? Enough said, Harlan, and
Yeah.
that would,
Yep.
yeah, that. But you know, again, that type of experience would hinder anybody wanting to go on
Yep.
to the cruise.
Huh. Cool.
But the good thing is, like I said, they started after a while. They started to tighten the loose on. They started tightening the noose on the cruise lines, and now and now especially after COVID, and now they're held to a higher standard.
Yep.
And again, that Joe, same thing. Understandable. It happens. Here's the thing: where people will go to restaurants and they'll go to it maybe two or three times. And if a
Hmm.
consistent happens, then we won't go.
Yeah.
With a cruise ship, all it takes is your first time to ruin a cruise for anybody, and they'll never do another. I know people that did one bad cruise and never cruised again.
Nope.
Never.
They didn't ever go back towards that because they didn't get the service that they wanted.
And you're probably right on that, Harlan. It probably was the Voyager of the Seas, probably was the top ship for Royal Caribbean back then.
Dang.
But it was 7 years old. Like Joe said, it was 7 years old at that point in time because I'm sitting here looking at Wikipedia, going over that stuff, and
Yeah.
the dates are a little familiar flying through the head. And yeah, at that point in time, that Voyager was the oldest in the. It was the youngest of the ships in the fleet at the time.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, here's the thing. I went to a restaurant. The service was good, but the food got me sick once. Okay. I figured maybe but I wasn't feeling the best that day. So I figured it was probably because I hadn't felt the best. So I went to the same restaurant again, got sick. Right,
Oh.
number 2.
Huh.
So then I waited for a long time and I went, they family talked me into going, went again, happened again. Guess what? Strike 3, it's out. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
No more.
Yep.
Yeah, Mariner of the Seas launched. Yep.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
Debbie,
exactly.
I can
hear you,
guarantee you.
Debbie.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to let you. You're going to book through me, and I'll be darned. I'm going to be darned if I'm going to let your cruise go bad. I won't let that happen. If something happens aboard ship, you find a way to let me know because I will make sure I get on top of things.
He'll be calling them up from the sea.
You're damn skippy, I will.
Oh, gosh. I just picture Dave chasing down a ship. She had a bad experience. I got to go catch the ship now.
Yeah, yeah, I think but that one I don't think is no longer operating. The Grandeur of the Seas is no longer operating.
No. Yeah.
Oh, I will, Debbie. I will not. My guarantee you is that when I send a client on a cruise, I was with my client all the way through. And I told him, I said, if you have any issues, you let me know immediately. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 in the morning. I will answer my phone. Yeah, I will. Listen, as a travel agent, if something goes wrong on her cruise, I want to know about it so that if it's something I can fix, I will be on Carnival. I will be on whatever cruise line she's on, and
you'll see him at the next port, waiting for the ship to enter.
And you know what? And that's understandable.
Yeah.
And it might be. I thought the Grandeur was retired, but it could be that it's still sailing. Because
it was one of them that was put into dock a few times.
It's been it's been into dry dock several times.
Yeah, several times dry dock because it's an older ship.
But as far as what
it still has that nostalgia, I would say some ships don't even have that.
Now, as far as what Harlan says, again, Harlan, understandable.
Yeah,
I mean, you have one bad experience on one ship, it ruins you. Some people, it's like some people will give another cruise line a chance. Others will say, guess what? I ain't cruising ever again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably throwing you out of the casinos. Well, you never know. Like I said, I walked around ship at 3, 4 in the morning.
Well, Harlan's used to the casino, so he won't be going on the Disney Cruise Line anytime soon anyway.
No, that is that's who we're missing. That is who we're missing, and I hope she's having one heck of a great time. We're missing the Queen of Disney.
Yes,
Harlan,
we
you
are.
know who we're missing? Oh, what? We are missing our Queen of Disney here tonight, but she is currently on her cruise.
Yes, she is.
And that, again, that's understandable. And oh, and that's probably true. I haven't looked at, like I said, I haven't really been able to look at anything since my laptop
Yep.
died.
There you go.
Yep, Samara, Queen of Disney. And I just couldn't get her name out. I saw the name and I saw the letter. I just couldn't get the name out. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Harlan. But Harlan, she is on her Disney cruise.
Yep.
Hopefully hugging the stuffings out of Mickey.
Yep.
Or vice versa. Oh, it goes. So the grandeur goes out of Tampa. Okay. So they moved it to the Tampa port.
Yeah.
Okay. But see, honestly and truthfully, let's see. I gotta remember. Did I remember? I got to see if I can try to bring up the ones that I don't remember what I did with it now. I don't know if I put them in a file. I know. Cruise 2026 Royal Caribbean. Because I know I was looking at the Disney one for one. One of the ones I was looking at was let's see, does it Star Star of the Seas is what I'm looking at for Royal Caribbean.
Jason, welcome in.
Who?
Jason Thibodeau.
Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, Star of the Seas is one of the ones I was looking at.
Yeah.
And I know Harlan. Harlan, I know you would say I wouldn't do it, but
Yeah.
I honestly, I will tell you this: each individual will have to try it for themselves to see if they like it or not.
Yeah.
Huh?
Make your own experience. Don't go by others.
Yep. Well, and I will say that you don't want to listen to them. I mean, you want to make sure you listen to them.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yes, Carnival Paradise does go out of Tampa.
Yep.
So we need to actually. I think for Mama D, she needs to come up to Jacksonville, and I will personally put her on the Carnival Elation. It's a small ship. Exactly, Harlan. But that's not to undermine your experience. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Harlan. I mean, if I had the same bad experience, even I would say,
would you be considering, Dave, to go towards a Margaritaville at sea? Because that is a line of cruise ships.
I don't know. A lot of it also depends on. Well, hey, now I don't even know. Do they? Well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you can get some shorter cruise. I'm just thinking the size of the ship, Jill, because the Elation only does 3, 4, or 5 days.
I've never done the Margaritaville. I don't know.
And the Elation is the smallest of all Carnival ships. It is the smallest and the oldest ship in the fleet.
Dang.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. So see, there's your reasoning right there. You had more than just one experience on RCCL.
It is, but it's been 20 years since the last time he's been on it.
And Jill says Margaritaville is terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Mental note.
Honest, I'm gonna be the honest truthfully. I've been looking at it, and I hate to say it, I'm probably going to look at the Disney Wish.
Okay.
Out of let's see, is it the Disney Wish out of Port Canaveral? Is probably what I'm going to look at.
Okay.
With
they have
Disney.
good sailings. Yeah.
Especially if I can talk to my family going into it. I may talk. I might have talked. I've actually might have talked my sisters and my niece to go in on it.
So, look at what Jill said. The horn got stuck when we were right underneath of the horn. Those horns are loud. Yeah, those horns are loud.
Yeah, those horns. Yeah, the horns can be loud. That's why you never, ever stand under the horn when it's going off, unless it's Disney. Unless it's Disney and it's going dun 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 dun. Then you'll be going dun 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 dun. You'll be dancing to the horn. I'm back. I bet you it was like watching a scurry of ants after somebody lays down poison on it.
Yeah. Dave, it's the same thing with Princess. It's a weird one, but most princesses have the horn of the Love Boat theme song on them. So that's what they play.
Well, that might be true if I can hook up with one of the girls I'm working on, but we're working on that.
The Love Boat.
Oh no, there could be some loving, all right.
There you go. One Princess. A lot of people say Princess might have one of the better food options for most of the cruise lines.
Probably does.
They're the most reliable. It might be, yeah.
Though I got to admit, RCCL is coming up with some good food options. Even I will say, even Carnival is trying, because they're trying with some of the newer ships are coming on. They're bringing in some of the newer. They're bringing in some of.
Yeah, well, MCL is popular for not only having their own
Lord.
food,
I bet you that's a good one.
They bring on restaurants like Chicken Guy.
Have you ever had this?
Chicken Guy is on a few of the MCL web cruises. There's a Chicken Guy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Guy Ferrari owns Chicken Guy, but he also owns that hamburger joint, and guys.
Yep,
it's on the Carnival ships. You want to go on another haul trip? Nice, Harlan.
Yeah, that might be pretty nice. I think Dave should try to do an Alaskan cruise because he hasn't done that yet, and it's an experience to experience.
Listen, that is on my to-do list. That is on my do list. But the first thing is to get my website up and get my house. After that, then I'm going to plan on my first cruise for next year. Yeah, and start taking out some things to.
Now, Alaska is usually one of the more expensive of.
Yeah, Guys Burgers, they're still good. I like them. Yeah, I was. One of the. Let me ask you guys this. Here's a theoretical. We are talking food. I know Richard loves food. What if you had a choice? I'm going to tell you. I wish, and I know. There's some cruise lines that have actually. I think they started putting them on there.
What?
But one of the best ones that I like, food-wise, that I would love to see on a Carnival is. Oh, what the hell is it? When I go to Windsor. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Most Alaska trips are good. I've never heard anything bad from Alaska, but they're always a little bit more pricier than the East Coast. That's our one big port area, Alaska. Yeah. Yep. Oh, she got to do a land sea package in Alaska. That's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
So probably went up to Denali National Park. Probably, if that is true.
Oh, that's probably, yep. And if she did, that's the,
yeah, beautiful up there. I got to go to Alaska once, and that was my carnival that I went on. Ooh, very cool, Jill. That is so cool.
nice, Jill.
Her
Nice.
mother-in-law paid for the entire family to have balconies cabins. Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful, you know. Oh, Alaska will always be popular for people to go to.
Yeah. Oh, she spent a night on Denali. Went.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that went on the old score.
Oh. Uh-oh. I would not do that experience with it. I'm telling you, those school bus seats are not that comfortable.
Yeah, you don't want to go. Man, you do not want to. Oh, that would be the worst.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. She's all like, I'll just go to the town and spend the day there. Denali.
Yeah. Don't. I would not. I wouldn't. I wouldn't be the one going on a yellow school bus. No.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people love that train that goes from Seaward all the way up to Denali. That would be, yeah, it's amazing there. I thought I heard for a lot of people saying very iconic train, really. A lot of people take that one. It's very touristy, but it's still really good. I was planning a trip at one time to help someone organize that about a year ago.
Johnny Rockets. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Oh, I like Johnny Rockets.
I love Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets is good. They're up
I
there.
would love to see him add more Johnny Rockets into some of the cruise lines.
Okay. No, you Dave, you would just have a McDonald's on one of them.
No, I'd actually would take a Johnny Rockets over a McDonald's.
Okay.
Ooh, nice, Jill.
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh, that's a nice. Well, so Harlan's wife's been to Alaska. Have you ever been to Alaska, Harlan? Oh, jeez.
I hear you, Debbie. It's always expensive. Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll just stick you. We'll stick you, Debbie, into a suitcase because you're so small. You can fit in a suitcase. And next time Jill goes on a cruise, we'll just stick you in a suitcase and let Jill take you with her.
Oh boy.
Oh. Now see, he says it was terrible. And I can't speak for that, but I can tell you now I will tell you overall, Johnny Rockets is a good restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I've been to at least 10 different Johnny Rockets. I've been to there was one in Daytona. which was
Okay.
awesome. There was one in Miami. I've had the one at the Windsor Casino. There was one in Savannah, I think. And then I've been to a few others that.
Oh, let's look at what Debbie said. Because you're putting her inside the luggage, she's going to prison. No, thank you.
Yeah, but then you know what? They'll come to see you. You know how you make your money? You sell your moonshine and you sell
Oh
your moonshine.
gosh.
You
And
got different
now she's
varieties.
selling her imaginary moonshine at the prison.
Okay, so what you're saying is not Johnny Rockets itself. It was just the one on the
Yeah.
RCCL that was.
Yeah. Dave, I know one you have not been to yet. There is a Johnny Rockets in Seattle.
And I'm not coming nowhere near there because there's too many, you know what, and Michael will be screaming his blooming bloody head to go to that place that's being closed because its
Guess what's
stocks
right next
are
door?
dropping
Guess
radically.
what's right next door to the Johnny Rockets? Starbucks. The Starbucks is right next to the
Yeah,
Johnny
I don't
Rockets.
that don't surprise me that there's a Starbucks next to a Johnny Rockets. I ain't
Yep.
shocked at that.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't want Debbie to go to prison either. No, we'll make sure we'll get Debbie on a cruise one day.
It's okay. I live up there.
Yeah, we don't want Debbie going to prison. We'll make sure she gets on a cruise the right way.
Look at Jill. She's wondering if there's a
Yeah,
Starbucks next to a prison.
you know what? There probably is, Jill.
There
I
probably
wouldn't doubt
is.
that too.
I know in Seattle there is a Starbucks right next to the graveyard, a famous graveyard that has a few deceased people in it.
Why don't I not find that surprising? And why am I not surprising that Mike's ear's probably ringing right now?
Throbbing right during his lunchtime. Yep. Yeah.
Debbie, we're not letting you go to prison. If you go on a cruise, it's gonna be the legitimate way.
I guess so.
No, I can tell you this. There is no Starbucks in the prison.
Nice. Jill said there is one across the street from a prison. It's called the prison Starbucks.
Why do I not find that? Why do I not find that hard to believe either?
It's not Seattle. That's Draper City Jail. That's nothing in Seattle around that area.
Nope.
I don't think there is a Draper City Jail around us.
It's Draper, Utah is what she was saying.
Oh, Utah. Okay.
Anyways, okay, let's get off of Starbucks because it's making me itch just mentioning that name. I'm ill. I'm ill. I'm allergic to that name.
Oh
So
gosh.
we gotta get off that name. Because you know another one I had thought about I had looked at some of the other cruise lines. I'm starting to look at some of the other cruise ones too.
Look at what Jill
You
said.
know, Jill, I know. That's why I'm pulling the plug on it right now. It's making me
You
itch.
started it.
Yeah, I did. And that's why I'm pulling the plug on it.
Oh gosh.
Because it's making me itch.
It's a funny topic tonight. We went full on Starbucks. Yeah.
Well, no, but honestly, I have looked at some of the other cruise lines that come out of it, but I mean, honestly, I do not always start the trouble.
Oh, there it
Oh,
is. There's the
that is
truth.
not so true, Jill.
Yes, it is. I agree
It
with
is
Jill
not
all the
true.
way.
It is not true.
Jill is on my side.
It is
Oh
true.
God.
I am the one that behaves.
Oh, I even
I
got
know you
Debbie on
would,
my
Mama
side.
D.
I got Jill and
Oh,
Debbie on
you
my
just
side.
don't. Hey, Debbie, Mama D, you just wait till August. I got some surprises for you.
Oh boy, he's plotting the demise.
I don't torment Mikey. I just tell him the fact.
Dave, there's people that like Starbucks and don't. There's usually not one in the center. I'm in the center.
Let me put it to you this way. You should be. You should
Oh,
be.
oh gosh.
No, no, no,
Oh
no, no, no,
gosh.
no.
Now I got Surf Bum on my side.
That figures John had to walk in.
He's all like, why me? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I swear they have the best
I was
tasting
not
water.
starting trouble. I was just
It is the weirdest thing, Dave. I have never thought of this before.
what?
All of the Starbucks across the whole nation, their water tastes the same.
Thank you, Harlan. See, Harlan saw it, didn't start no trouble. I was just stating facts.
Oh, look at what Jill said. She got a Starbucks mug on the icon as a souvenir. So the icon of the seas has a Starbucks.
Well, I guess I ain't never going on that ship. That ruined that ship.
Oh gosh, I love it.
John, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you.
Oh gosh, we're having a great time tonight, people. We're having lots of laughing.
Debbie, listen. They
Yeah,
know me enough. They know I never start trouble. I'm always hanging out in Tinkerbell. I never start trouble.
yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Anyways, back to our topic. But yeah, so that's where it is. And I am planning on
Yep, there you go.
okay, Harlan. Hurry back, buddy.
There you go, Dave. Jill told you why.
Yeah, and you know where they kill you? This is why their stock's going down, because you have to pay too much out of the back wall. And the whole wallet is usually connected to a guy's wallet.
Well, the waters are free, and they're the best tasting in the whole U.S. So I go there for the water. There you go.
Well, one of these days they'll start charging for the water. You watch.
Oh, I hope not. I hope not, because that's my favorite item on the list. Is the free item. Doesn't cost anything at all. Water.
Anyway, but no, back to the cruises. Now that we had our fun.
Yep. And
But
I take that water is the best tasting anywhere in the whole U.S. It is probably the best tasting water you'll find in every state, wherever it's at. So
nice, Joe. Yeah, water
Oh.
filtering. You just about have to put a water filtering system on a lot of places now. I mean,
Yeah.
even here where I live, I've got city water, but I won't drink out of the tap. I have to put a filter system on it. You're running through the filters.
I go outside to get a water. I go outside, walk about, I would say about quarter of a mile, and go to the Starbucks. There you go. That's my water.
Nope. I just buy a whole 24-pack of water, bottled water, and I'm good.
Oh, you got to watch those sometimes, Dave. I've heard a lot of people saying that there's a metal residue in a lot of the bottled water now.
Well, if I start going out through the metal detectors, I'll know.
Yeah, exactly. Metal residue is bad for your body. You don't want to be drinking pieces of metal. It will hurt your throat.
I've been drinking water more.
Oh, I've been drinking them a lot now, but I've kind of cut back. I have to know what brand and what they have in it, so.
There's only one brand I use, and I stick to that brand.
Oh,
I
very
don't
cool.
change.
Aquafina?
No, it's good water. It's actually the off-brand of Dollar General or Harvey's.
Okay. Harvey's is really good. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people like that one too. So it hasn't went down in quality anytime soon. So
anyway, back into cruise ships.
Yeah.
Because I even thought about looking. I actually thought about looking into taking a Carnival too. There's a couple of carnivals that I've been wanting to try out of Port Canaveral as well.
Yep. What Jill said.
I think it depends on, you know what?
Yep.
The way they say
How
everything's
they make
going to
that water and what it is
look.
in it.
The way they say everything's going to kill you anyways.
Oh. Did Carnival make a new private island?
Yeah, they are making a new. It opens this summer of 2025.
Ooh.
Celebration Key.
I do love myself some new islands. So
yeah. So you know what? Maybe we ought to try. Didn't you say you were looking? Oh no, you were going to Europe next year, aren't you?
Yeah, Europe.
Yeah. I may try Carnival so that I can try their new Celebration Key.
Okay.
Because if you guys remember when I had the Celebration guy back on in November, was it November this year that I had him on, or November of last year when I had him on?
November of last year. Wasn't it last year? Yes. Couldn't have been this year.
Yeah, because I still have my laptop. My laptop's hadn't bit the dust yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was November of 2024 when I did Carnival. And they talked about one of his points was Celebration Key. It's due to open this summer. And I don't know if it's new or they're actually expanding it.
I think it's a new. So it might be
interesting.
Yeah.
You guys really need to go back and I'm pretty sure it was in July, but I think that one, I don't know if it was on this channel or if it was the other one. I think it was this channel. Yeah. It should be there where you guys can go check it out.
Yep.
Need to go back and clean up and start getting some of these back into its right playlist.
Yep.
Kind of hard to do it on the phone, so that's the thing.
Yep. Well, I'm going to have to head out.
Yep. Told you. See, that's what I said. That's what I said, Jill. It's due to open up in 2025, Celebration Key.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you for coming in, Richard. I'm going to do my, guys, we're going to be back in about 1 minute.
Yep.
I'll go. It's about.
Yeah.
Guess what time it is? Have a good.
It's not start.
Whether it's luxury or fun in the sun, Dave's got the tips to make your cruise number one. Tune in, sit back, let's plan your stay on Cantrel Country's travelway. It's Cantrel Country's travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we got your cruising covered through and through. Pack your bags and set your sights. We're cruising seas and booking flights from the ports to the waves where dreams come alive. Dave Cantrel is here to guide your ride. It's Cantrel Country's travelway, setting sail on adventure every day. From island south to ocean blue, we've got your cruising covered through and through.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, Carolyn. All right. Yes, thank you for that. Anyways, but yeah, there's so that's where I'm leaning to right now. I can guarantee you I am definitely going to be booking by September now. Myself. That it, well, providing I can work on some things, I'll have to. Actually, I have some emails I have to write because I need to look at some things, but thank you for Richard for coming in. It was fun to have him on for a while. Glad he could come on for a while. But yeah, I mean, so I'm probably going to look at either Royal Caribbean, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, or Disney. And oh, you're looking forward to going back to New England and Canada, Harlan? Nice. And I don't know. I might even take a cruise out of Fort Lauderdale just to drop in on Debbie and I might have to go down and take a cruise out of Fort Lauderdale just to come heckle Debbie a little. I mean, visit Debbie a little bit. Nice, Jill. Nice. See, a lot of people love the New England up to Canada cruises. Oh, is that your way of saying you don't want me to come visit you, Debbie? I would have thought that if I come down there for a cruise, I thought I would have to stop by and see you. Oh, you never been to the eastern coast of Virginia? Really? Oh my Lord, Joe. East coast of Virginia is very beautiful. Very beautiful. Virginia Beach is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I haven't been up to the area where Williamsburg or where Norfolk is, but those areas are beautiful. But I have been around to where Virginia Beach is, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I would always have my angel side, Debbie. All right, guys. Oh, you've been to Williamsburg? That's one thing that I've always wanted to do was Williamsburg. I wanted to do it with my parents, but they got sick. And I mean, I was really getting ready to work on my travel agency when Mom got sick and then Dad. And been crazy since. And now I guess I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling on my own now. Unless I hook up with one of my girls. Ooh, the General Douglas MacArthur Museum? Ooh. Oh, I bet you they are. I bet you some of the taverns are awesome to eat at. And it's man, I love General MacArthur. I would love to go see that museum, Harlan. That's one of those things that All right, guys. I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. But if you guys are, I'm gonna tell you, if you guys are big football fans, I'm encouraging you to go check out the Pete McDevitt show. He's getting ready to the draft is about ready to start. I know I'm a big football fan. I'm not sure what Jonathan is talking about, but he's gone crazy. That's all I can say. Nice. Oh, wow. That is awesome. I might have to bring you on a Tuesday night. I might have to bring you on. I might have to bring you in on a Tuesday night, Jill, and we can talk about tavern food because I've been to some tavern foods. You have not what, Jonathan? I'm trying to figure out what you just put in the mod chat. What do you mean there's more than one of me? I'm assuming that's what you mean. There is only one of me, and it's an angel. Thank you. Now that we got that cleared up. And make sure make sure you guys come. There won't be no late night shenanigans tomorrow because Pete's going to be doing his late night Friday stuff. And unless I decide to do a late one, I may do a late one after Pete gets done, depending on how late he goes. Because I'm not afraid to stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning. So I may still do one. So thank you everybody for joining tonight. Thank you for coming there. But make sure you guys, if you are big football fans, go check out Pete McDevitt over on this channel. And especially if you're a big NFL fan, the draft starts tonight at 7. So with that, I'm going to say, let the Cantrel Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. And that is true. That is so true, Harlan. That is so true. All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye.